Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel on this lovely sunny day in England. Yeah. I hope you're all doing well though, and I hope you're all having a great day and it's sunny wherever you are. In today's episode, we have Rachel Zegler along with Halle Bailey in a segment created by Variety called Actors on Actors. Life-changing stuff, really, it is. But in this 40-minute long conversation where the two talk about essentially how wonderful they are, and for the first time in what seems a while, there was no sarcasm there. Genuinely, that is a summary of the conversation between the two. Again, life-changing stuff. But obviously, during the conversation they addressed how they deal with the online hate from toxic fans. Because, you know, criticizing somebody's stinking attitude, Rachel, towards a beloved classic is now online hate, and it's toxic. It just shows you how different society is today. You know, everybody's a victim. Everybody must be a victim, and criticism is only justified when it's coming from people who want to uphold this liberal narrative that is going on. But I will say, in this talk, it does seem like Rachel Zegler may have had some media training in some way, shape or form, because she seems a little bit different to what we've seen in previous videos, and you'll see what I mean by that later on in this video. But we'll briefly discuss an article and then we'll see some of the video footage. But before we carry on with this one, if you could make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video. If you're new, of course, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video. But let's get into this article by Variety. Halle Bailey and Rachel Zegler on becoming Disney princesses, singing live on set and blocking out toxic fans. Stay grateful and ignore the hate. Shortly after Halle Bailey and Rachel Zegler were crowned real-life Disney princesses, they met for the first time at a ball, the 2021 Met Gala to be exact. It was the beginning not only of a beautiful friendship, but of a new era for Disney. Yes, an era they certainly won't be proud of in about 5 years. Bailey became the first black Ariel in Rob Marshall's live-action adaptation of The Little Mermaid, based on Disney's beloved 1989 animated film. Zegler, who used to dress up as Snow White as a little girl, will embody a Latina sorry. Oh my days. A Latina fairy tale heroine who befriends 7 CGI created dwarfs in 2025's Snow White. The singer-actors are also showcasing their golden voices in literary adaptations. Bailey as young Nettie in The Color Purple, Zegler as Lucy Greybird in the Hunger Games prequel The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Here, Bailey 23 and Zegler 22 reflect on their princess experiences and strategies for silencing the social media hate. Rachel Zegler goes on to explain her admiration for Halle Bailey blowing everybody out of the water with the live-action remake of The Little Mermaid. You, without the pun intended, blew everybody out of the water. It's an amazing feat, and I'm so impressed. I truly think that any naysayer out there, because there are always people who have something to say, yeah, always, you prove them wrong with grace. I was truly inspired by the way you handled anybody who had anything bad to say about it. Again, you can't say anything bad about films today. Did you ever let it affect you at all? You definitely didn't publicly. Of course, yeah, I mean, we're sensitive, we're human beings. I get my feelings hurt if my cat doesn't want to sit next to me. I'm the same way. Oh, this is so cringeworthy to read. Trust me. I want to respond, but I'll just be like, no, it's okay. The way you're so graceful and respond is just the most beautiful thing to see. Because it's so hard being women under the spotlight. People are so critical and say anything they would never say to your face. Yes, I guess it is really that hard being in that privileged position you are in. Where's my violin? Choosing thankfulness and gratefulness is choosing peace. As much as you like to remind people verbally that being in the spotlight doesn't absolve you of your humanity, that you're allowed to have human moments, it doesn't necessarily do what you wanted to do. It fuels them more. Yes, exactly. So it's choosing to be present and know that they're probably just having a really hard day and I'm putting out a movie. Amen. Yeah, everybody was just having such a hard day. A hard day listening to you. More like, you know, when people saw you criticizing the original story, bashing it, tearing it to pieces because, well, how dare a man save a woman in a film? Well, can't have that anymore. And how dare a woman want to find the love she's been looking for? We can't have that anymore. You know, when people criticized you for saying those things because they love the original story, it brought them so many memories. You know, they were just having a hard day. Ow, I forgot. You're putting out a movie. Why are these people so out of touch with reality and the criticism they face? Now, granted, for Halle Bailey, she didn't say anything bad about The Little Mermaid story. As far as I'm aware, the film wasn't great. It really wasn't, and it didn't do too well at the box office. It was another live-action remake we didn't need, but I think that's more Disney's fault than hers. But again, people criticized that film because there were huge issues with it, and they're allowed to criticize something they do not like. People shouldn't be forced to sit there and clap, oh, this is great, this is amazing, this is truly groundbreaking stuff, when really inside they feel a different way. You know, you create films and people are allowed to judge them. We should be allowed to criticize something and not have it branded as online hate that is coming from toxic fans. But here is video footage, nonetheless, of Halle Bailey and Rachel Zegler discussing how hard it is to be a woman underneath the spotlight, and also discussing how they deal with the online hate and people are just having a bad day. Take a watch.
The way you are just so graceful and respond and it's just the most beautiful thing to see. Because it's hard being women under the spotlight. People are so critical and just say anything that they would never say to your face.
No.
So yeah, how has that been for you, being able to navigate it?
You know, choosing thankfulness and gratefulness is choosing peace. And as much as you'd like to remind people verbally that being in the spotlight doesn't absolve you of your humanity, that you're allowed to have human moments, it doesn't necessarily do what you want it to do, and it fuels them more.
Yes, exactly.
And so, just as you said, it's like choosing to be present and know that they are probably just having a really hard day.
Yes.
And I am putting out a movie.
Amen. That's right.
And I feel so thankful for those moments because it started to make me feel like solid Teflon.
Yes.
That it can't really, that nothing can hurt anymore because they've said the worst that can be said, and you just kind of say, thank you so much for this. I have a lot of love in my life.
Yes.
And I'm very thankful.
Amen.
And you know, we get to do our work and have that speak for itself instead.
Now you see what I mean when I said how different she sounds when she's talking in these interviews. And if nobody remembers how she sounded in those previous videos that caught her so much backlash, well, let's just remind ourselves.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. If I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
Yeah, so it does seem like maybe, you know, somebody from Disney pulled her to the side and said, hey, look, you know, you really need to rein it in here. You've already made sure the film's going to do terribly. We've spent $400 million on this film. We don't want to lose any more money. Please don't say anything else bad. I mean, you can kind of tell her attitude sort of is the same, but she's not coming out with the same language, the same rhetoric as she was. And that's probably due to somebody telling her, hey, look, stop, because I'm sure something within her in this interview was dying to say something about people, the online hate. I'm sure she wanted to say it a little bit different and maybe talk about Snow White again in the way she was discussing it in previous videos. And this is what I expect going forward with this actor. I'm sure in the lead up to this film, which comes out in 2025 or is scheduled for 2025, it's already been delayed, but I don't expect her to say anything that is close to the stuff she was saying, which is going to be a hard task, because when you're emotionally invested in going against a story that you just dislike so much, it represents everything you hate, right? That's going to be a hard task. It's going to eat her up inside. I imagine she's going to be sat there and wanting to say how she really feels, but knows if she says anything else, it's going to get a lot worse. But, you know, I don't really know what the point of this interview was, if I'm going to be honest. Was it just set up for Rachel Zegler and Halle Bailey to look like victims and how stunning and brave they are? I don't know, man. I don't understand celebrity culture, what However, I would never want to waste my time, 40 minutes of my time, listening to two actors talk about themselves and how they deal with certain issues. But that's just me. What did you think of Rachel Zegler in that segment? What did you think of Halle Bailey? Do you think Rachel Zegler has had a little bit of media training? I would like to know. If you have enjoyed, again, make sure to leave a like rating as it really, really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.